All right, let's talk about how to add a button to your bag so that it can close. Or you can also use a bead. I have more beads than I do buttons. Either will work great. So find one that you like. And then it is going to get attached, not to the flap. The flap will have a hole in it that will let the button or bead come through it. The button is actually going to get attached to the underside of where the flap goes. So you want to make sure that once you've selected it, that you figure out where is it going to go so that the flap is going to be able to go on top of it. So this one I'm going to put right here, so it's kind of close to the edge, not too close. And then also, again, whenever I close the flap, it needs to be able to come through it. So if I put it too low and the flap wouldn't come near it, it wouldn't really make sense, right? It'd be too far away. So I want it to go up under where the flap goes, but on the actual bag itself. Okay, so then you're gonna grab a little piece of string. I have this for you guys in the classroom. And then you're going to need to get a little needle and you're gonna thread your needle, which I can help you guys with. And you can just pull, actually, you can pull the whole thing, the whole way through it. If you wanna tie a little knot at the bottom for these, that might make it easiest. Okay, so then what you're gonna do, you wanna hold your button where you want it to go and you're gonna start from the inside. So you kind of have to poke around, be careful you don't poke your finger. You kind of have to poke around until you find the holes in the button, or if it's a bead, just kind of like poke the needle through where you're going to attach the button on the one side, and then I'm gonna pull it through, but notice I'm not gonna pull it super tight because it could come the whole way through the bag if I pull it super tight really fast. So now I'm gonna cross over into the next hole and go down into the bag. And I'm going to, and look how I'm holding it. I'm just holding the front edge of the bag. So now I'm gonna pull it through. And now there's 4 holes in this button. If there were only 2, that could be good enough and I'd tie it here. But since there's 4, I'm gonna go back up into one of the other holes and very gently, and I'm gonna, again, come back down. So I'm gonna go back into the last hole and then I'm on the inside of the bag now. And at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie, I can cut the needle off, don't lose the needles, and I'm gonna tie these 2 pieces. You don't wanna tie them super tight. You want your bead or button to be a little bit loose so that the flap can fit around it. So I'm just gonna do a square knot, one over the other, through the loop, one over the other, through the loop. You should know square knots by now. And then I can trim the extra. Okay, so now my button is attached. So now whenever I go to close it, how do we get the button or the bead through here? So you basically are just going to feel where is it at, and then you're gonna just make a little hole. You're just gonna kind of pull apart your project just a little bit and push the bead or button through there. And that's it, that part is done.